Greetings, Earthlings. You're listening to the Probing Aliens podcast. I am your host, Golf, aka Putt Putt, and today we're probing the Marines when we return. And today's location, we're filming somewhere down south of Atlanta, in an undisclosed location. Y'all don't need to know. But today, I'm joined by my very good friend, Alec. Alec, how are you doing today?
I'm good. Thanks for having me on today.
Well, it's technically Alex, right? Not
Yeah,
Alec.
it's actually Alex, but it's okay. Alexander, it's whatever.
Alex. So wait, Alex is short for Alexander?
Yeah, you never knew that?
I never knew that.
Yeah, it's Alexander Keo.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
So then you prefer to go by Alex, obviously.
Yeah, but growing up, a lot of the FOB parents and uncles can't pronounce the X, so they just say Alec.
Alec.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Okay, now I understand where Alec came from. But Alec, how are you doing today?
I'm good, man. How are you?
I'm
Thanks
doing
for coming
great.
out.
Yeah, thank you for having me here at your humble abode. But yeah, let's just get right into it, right? Like, who is Alex the Marine?
You know, that is actually really hard for me because I'm still figuring that out myself. But
That's very real.
yeah, man. Like I said, I'm still figuring it out. But right now, I am a former Marine, was a sergeant of Marines. I'm in the tech industry right now, working as a data analyst.
Ooh, okay.
Not liking it though. But yeah, we'll get into that too.
Yeah.
Run my own kind of training. Not really training, but we do a Sunday Fun Day Gun Day event. It's just to get guys out there who are interested in guns or learning about guns, to get them out and shoot out in the open
Right.
and not indoors standing still. We got guys moving and shooting out there. You could see that on my Instagram in this link right here.
Yeah. Ding.
But yeah, man, I'm still trying to figure out who
Yeah?
I am still.
How old
So,
are you?
I'm 25.
25? Okay. Wait, you're not even that much older than me. The
Yeah.
fuck?
You didn't know that?
No, I thought you were older.
No.
Bro, what
I'm
the
about to turn
fuck?
26, but yeah.
Oh, okay. So I'm
Yeah.
basically like 1 year behind you. But still,
Yeah,
what the fuck?
Bro, 1 year is nothing.
So when did you join the Marines?
I joined the Marines. Fuck, dude, that's a long time ago. 2016.
2016?
Yeah, 2016,
Dude,
right out of high school.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's literally right out of high school.
My
for
first job was in the Marine Corps.
Okay. So what made you decide to go to the Marine Corps?
You know, that's a crazy question because
Mm-hmm.
I think me growing up, I always wanted to do something like that.
Mm.
I can't say it was necessarily like the Marine Corps in like Pacific, but like
Mm-hmm.
growing up, I think the games got to me, the Call of Duties and
Mm-hmm.
all that, bull crap. Yeah, just I always wanted to be in the military. I would always like run around in my backyard and act like I was in the field or set up like training courses when I was a kid.
Did
and
you
like,
have like airsoft guns and shit
yeah,
like that?
yeah, we did. Yeah.
Mm.
Playing at the temple.
Yeah.
Last New Year's,
Yeah.
we would have airsoft wars.
Yeah.
That probably played a bit into it.
Were you the kid at Last New Year's that like had were you the leader of like all the other kids?
No, I was
like-
actually a pussy.
Oh
Yeah.
damn, you're
You know
a follower.
who was our leader?
Who is your leader?
My best friend, one of my best friends, Justin Kunisakura.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that guy was a
Shout
heavy
out
hitter.
boy Jay.
Yeah, pretty boy Jay. Love that guy.
But yeah,
Yeah.
damn. So basically games and just being outside, like in like Laos culture, like guns, being surrounded by guns, basically. Like
You know what's crazy?
what?
As a kid, I was never surrounded by guns. I
Really?
mean, airsoft guns, yes, but like
Mm,
real guns, I never shot a real gun until I went to the Marine Corps.
really?
Yeah,
And now look at you.
yeah, I know, right? Now I'm
You're
running, basically running like a little gun company event.
Yeah, dude, you're a gunhead. You're basically that anime No Guns wife. But yeah, so that's a little bit of background about Alec and why he joined the Marine Corps. Can you give us some, some stories, little insight? What did you learn from the Marine Corps and like how it helped you, I guess, figure out life for you?
Yeah, I guess we could go from the very start then.
Mhm. Yeah.
I think I got a real fucking face check when I got into boot camp. Like that shit sucks.
Mhm.
Especially Marine Corps boot camp. It's a little softer nowadays, but I think I was like so depressed like the first 2 weeks there and shit, and like I wanted to leave so bad. Look at me now though.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah.
Now you're all happy and you're like everyone's a fucking
Yeah, no,
pussy.
man. I actually no, okay, not like that. I think like the first 2 weeks I didn't even try. Like I just wanted to leave so bad, but at the
Really?
same time I didn't want to come home and be like, yeah, I didn't make it, you know.
Mm.
And then one day this kid just slapped me in the face because I wasn't following commands correctly. I wasn't, you know, if you ever seen Marine Corps boot camp like on movies or in YouTube videos, it's all about high speed and being intense about everything with everything you do. So like yelling, moving fast, doing, you know, all that shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would just walk, like move as slow as I could, not yell. And then one day we were doing training, and this guy, like, he saw I wasn't screaming, so he smacked the fuck out of me. It was not a recruit, not even a drill instructor, another
Damn,
recruit.
really?
And he said, "Scream, bitch."
Damn.
And then ever since that day, I like he lit a fire inside me. I was like,
You're like, I
can't.
don't want to be a fucking bitch.
Yeah. And then like I'm very competitive, so like when like I had this guy looking down on me who's like the in the same position as me, I was like, nah.
Yeah. It's like, nah,
Not gonna happen. No.
I don't want to be like
Yeah,
this
and then
fucking
I
guy.
I actually graduated boot camp as a honor grad.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
So that like boot camp, right? Like honor grad. How do you? What is that?
So honor grad, yeah, I definitely should explain this. A lot of people don't know about the military, but basically, so without without going through like ROTC or something like that, if you had ROTC experience in like high school, you get promoted to like the next rank, which is like E2, private first class. But at their boot camp, you get out as a private, which is an E1.
Okay.
But like I said, if you have that ROTC experience, you'll be E2 like right out of boot camp.
Okay.
But yeah, so the honor grads are people who are in a position of like leadership, so like a squad leader or the guide. I was actually a squad leader throughout the whole phase of boot camp, so I got out as a E2.
How did you get picked as a squad leader?
You basically just have to be like I said earlier, boot camp's all about being like fast, strong, being intense, being loud, screaming, all that stuff. Just being present. You know, you're in boot camp, so
yeah. I mean, you basically went first 2 weeks, basically being I'm gonna quote you, being a little bitch.
Yeah, I was a little bitch. Yeah.
To a squad leader.
Yeah.
Like the whole duration.
Yeah.
Of the boot camp.
Yeah.
So like after those 2 weeks.
After those 2 weeks, yeah. Well, you don't really get squad leaders or the guide. The guy, I don't know if you've ever seen like people marching in the military, but the guide is the person who carries the company flag or the platoon flag. So,
yeah. The people that like.
It would be the first person in the whole in front of the whole platoon, which we had a platoon of 90 people. Went to Paris Island. Went to Paris Island in July 2016, July 24th, 2016.
Do you still talk to any of your platoon mates?
Actually, yeah, I got one. He actually lives in Lawrenceville.
Oh, really? Yeah. Nice. Okay.
Yeah, shout out Shoaib Sadiq. Yeah.
Shout out Shoaib.
Sergeant or staff sergeant now, I think. He's still in.
So, okay. Can you like explain the levels? Like, obviously you touched on like private E1, E2. Yeah. So do they all have like acronym or not acronyms, but like basically like shorthand?
Yeah. So like the whole E system, that's enlisted. It just means enlisted 1, enlisted 2, enlisted 3.
Okay.
Right? So that from E to E1 to E9, you have private, which is an E1. Then you have E2, private first class, E3, lance corporal. And it's different for every branch. This is the rank structure in the Marine Corps, sorry. E4 is a corporal, E5 is a sergeant. I got out as a sergeant, so did my time and got out. But after that, you have staff sergeant, E6, gunnery sergeant, E7, E8, master sergeant, first sergeant, and then E9 sergeant major. Right. Then you have the officer side, which is the guys who went to college and then went into the military. So that's the officer side. You have enlisted and officer. Officers go by different rank structure. They go by the O scale. So O1, O2, O3, all the way up to being a general. Which is like
you have to go to college.
Something, O9. Yeah. Oh, no, you don't. Yeah, to be like a general or like a lieutenant or that officer rank, you would have to go to college, yes.
Is it for like any specific degree or just
No,
have
just go to college, get a degree. You get a degree in history.
Oh, shit. Yeah. Okay, so I can literally get a degree in fucking
as long as you got a bachelor's
human
degree.
sciences, and then
Yeah. My buddy, he did 4 years in the Navy, got out as an E4, he just finished his degree, and he just commissioned to the Army. So he's an O2 in the Army right now. Since he's enlisted, he got pushed up to O2 instead of O1.
Okay, okay. But I know like hierarchy is a pretty like big thing in the military.
Yeah.
So like when you when you go out and meet people in public and they say like, "Oh, you know, I've served too." Do you immediately ask their rank?
No, not necessarily, unless the dude's like a fucking dick. And,
Right.
like usually vets, like that's a part of us, and that's
Mhm.
who it's not who we are though. I mean,
I mean,
yeah, it
it's
kind of
been like
is.
ingrained in you,
Yeah,
right?
exactly.
Yeah.
It's like it's just not like I'm not in the Marine Corps anymore, so it's
Mhm.
like that's not it's still me. It's a
Right.
part of me, and I'm
Right.
proud of it. But I don't let that define who I am right now. So
Mm.
it's like if someone's like, "Oh, I'm a fucking staff sergeant," and I'm just
Yeah.
like, "Okay, I'm just a sergeant, man. I
Right.
don't care."
Right.
You
Do
know, we
you
were done.
think a lot
Yeah.
of people like let that label let them define who
I
they
don't think
are?
so. As a vet, like are you talking about like guys coming out and then like being
Yeah,
veterans?
guys coming out, yeah.
No, I don't think so. I know a lot of vets, and we're all pretty chill. We talk about it all the time. Like, oh yeah, dude, I was this and that,
Mhm.
and that's it. We move on. Like, oh, cool,
Mhm.
you're a Lance Corporal. All right, cool. Well, none of it matters anymore.
Right.
Once a Marine, always a Marine. But like I said, I don't. We don't let that define who we are at the moment. It's
Mm.
just that's in the past. It's good times, good things to talk about. That's it.
Have you ever encountered people who have um
Uh,
been like basically dicks?
yeah, I met a fucking lieutenant, but he was still in. If you, for anyone who's watching this who is in the military, you guys know the term boot tenant. It's
Boot tenant.
yeah. So any new guy who comes into the military, we call them boots because they
Mm.
you know when you first get into anything, you're like all gung ho,
Yeah.
hardcore about it.
Yeah.
Yeah, all the new guys we call them boots because they're that's what they are.
Yeah.
They're fucking straight up boots. Like they're all gung ho and crazy about the what they're doing now. And all the guys, all the old ones, lieutenants, second lieutenants, they come in with a college degree. They think they're better than everybody because they were trained that way. So I don't blame them.
Okay, okay.
They were trained that way by their officer candidate school. They teach you to be like, oh yeah, you got to be better than all these enlisted guys. You got to treat them like shit, basically. Um, but yeah, I dealt with one of those guys, and like he was just such a fucking dick. He would brag about, oh, I went through OCS, officer candidate school. I did this, like, man, I always have problems with the officers. There's some good ones out there,
Right, right, right.
but yeah, definitely if I am gonna have problems with someone, it's gonna be an officer. Unless
Majority of the
yeah,
time.
unless the guys are chill, like none of us care. Like,
Okay, okay.
yeah.
And so would you say your boot camp experience has been positive overall?
Yeah, I actually, like I said, after I stopped being a bitch for the first 2 weeks, I started like being present. I was actually
That's
present. I
real.
was actually doing everything.
Yeah, yeah. That's pretty real.
Yeah, I mean, after I stopped being bitch, and doing everything like I'm supposed to, man, it was a breeze. It was actually like the funnest time of my life. Like,
Mm.
it put me in the best shape of my life too. I think my 3 mile time went from like 24 minutes to like 1950.
1950 for 3 miles?
Yeah,
That's not bad.
yeah.
You said you went from 24?
24 was my average run time
Oh,
for a
wow.
3 mile.
You
Yeah.
basically cut it down by 5 minutes.
Yeah, man. And
That's actually wild.
oh man, I was dude, I think I could only do like 11 pull-ups. By the time I got out of boot camp, I was doing like 20 easily.
What the fuck?
Yeah, and doing all the obstacle courses and all the training there. Yeah, I mean, yeah, I'm not, for anyone who wants to go to the Marine Corps, boot camp sucks. Be ready for it. Just be loud and proud about what you want to do, because like you know, anybody can get through it. It's all mental. You just have to want it. That's it. So
And you didn't even have like you just wanted to be in the military. Like that's
oh
the
no,
only.
I think like after all the video games, and then um like seeing the Marine Corps and like what they stand for, the few, the proud, the Marines.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, so I was like, oh yeah, I want to be them. Tip of the spear, first to fight. I was like, the most challenging boot camp.
Yeah.
Give it to me.
Yeah,
Right.
okay.
I can't believe I got to it, and I didn't show up for the occasion. I got
Yeah.
there and I was like a little bitch. I'm
I
glad.
mean-
I don't even know that kid's name anymore. I forgot his name, but I'm glad he smacked the hell out of me and got me to my senses.
Shout out to that kid who
Yeah,
smacked Alec
whoever,
in the
I
fucking
forgot
face.
who you were. I think he was in 3081. I was in 3080, and yeah, you were a good guy, man. He's probably still in the Marine Corps. He used so moto.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
What does that mean?
like motivated.
Oh,
Like he was like, yeah,
okay, okay. Do you
yeah,
guys use a lot of like slang? I noticed that.
yeah. You know, we do. Really need to work on that because I know a lot of. See, that's the thing, man. Once you're in the military, it's like it's like a whole nother world.
But I
You
feel
know?
like that's with anything, you
Yeah,
know? Like if you're an artist, like you're in the artist world. If you're in the military, you're in the military world. Like you know about
yeah.
all this
But
slang.
you're so yes. If you're an artist, you're in the artist world. If you're in the film podcasting, you know, you're in your own little world.
I'm an alien, bro.
Yeah, yeah, it's true. You are an alien. But I think it's different with the military because you're so isolated. You don't see normal
Mm,
people, you know?
mm,
You might on the weekends or
mm-hmm.
like when you go back home, but like for the most part, you're definitely like alone you know, with your guys, with your team, with your battalion, your platoon, your company, you know, you're with them.
Right.
Yeah. You know, so it's like super, it's like very different, you know, like coming out of the Marine Corps, like I was like culture shock to be back here and like living normal life. I
I
was just
mean, I
like, what the
did
heck?
notice you. I remember you saying like, "Dude, I've never seen like so many Asians in my life." Like,
Yeah, that's true. I mean, I went to first duty station, Camp Lejeune, North Carolina.
okay.
Yeah,
So,
in the country, in the sticks.
damn. So, are there like different locations for boot camps?
No, well, yes, there's two.
Okay.
East Coast guys go to the famous Paris Island,
Okay.
you know,
Yep.
and then San Diego guys go to MCRD San Diego.
Mm.
I don't know the real name. I think it is just MCRD San Diego. Then you got MCRD Marine Corps Recruiting Depot,
Okay.
MCRD Paris Island. Yep. So
Okay.
yeah,
Okay.
there's one in San Diego and one right here in South Carolina.
Hmm. That's dope. That's dope. Yeah, because I remember watching a video on YouTube. I forgot what channel it was, but it was like one of the bigger media channels, and they basically did like a documentary of like all the different military branches boot camps and stuff. And the Marine Corps, that shit is like that's tough.
Yeah, you know, it looks tough, but like I said, if you know you want something, anybody can do it. You just
Mm.
gotta want it. Like I think once I got slapped, I was like, yeah, yeah, this is what I want. Not getting slapped. I wanted to be a Marine. At that point in time,
Right.
I was like, let me wake the fuck up. I want
He
to be a Marine.
basically
Yeah.
slapped. He basically woke you up with that
Yeah. I mean, cause
slap.
like when you get there, it's so depressing, man. Like you're not used. No, I don't care who you are. No
Right.
one's used to that. You know, like
Mm.
you get there, you don't know anything. Like you're just getting yelled at 24 hours straight and like getting slayed. When I say
Like
getting slayed, like they're working you out. Like
like you literally get off the bus
you're
to
getting
the
yelled
place,
at
and you're
immediately.
like immediately when you step foot off of
Yeah.
that fucking bus,
Yeah.
you're getting yelled at.
Yeah.
Damn.
Even like when they give you one phone call home before you start training.
Oh really?
I didn't even get a word. I didn't even get to say a word because everybody was yelling around me. They're like, you know, like I don't even know what the fuck they were saying. They're
They're
just
just
yelling.
yelling.
Yeah.
They're just yelling all over the
Yeah.
place.
So like, there's that. They keep you up for like a good 3 days. I think I was up for like 2 days, like checking in and stuff. Like you walk around place to place doing check-in, like paperwork bullshit, and then you finally get into your company and platoon and
Mm-hmm.
meet your drill instructors. And yeah, man, it's a ride from there.
Mm.
Crazy ride.
So after boot camp, right? Like, where did you go? What was
So after boot camp, every Marine has to do this today. We go through like a combat training.
okay?
If you're infantry, so any 0311s out or 03s out there, you're gonna go to ITB, Infantry Training Battalion.
Okay.
For anyone other than infantry, you pogues out there, that means personnel other than grunt.
Uh-huh.
You're going to MCT, which is Marine Combat Training.
Okay.
Um, they're not the same. Don't say that. Don't ever say the same. Don't ever say they are the same.
So infantry and
And then
com
Marine Combat Training. It
Marine
sounds the
combat training.
same,
Okay.
but the ITB Infantry Training Battalion is for real infantry Marines who
Mm.
like go into detail about how to operate. You get more marksmanship fundamentals, learning whatever you know details on whatever specific field of infantry you're going to. So like there's like machine gunners, you're gonna learn about all the machine gun bullshit.
Mm.
There's mortarmen, you're gonna learn about that, and
Mhm.
then yeah, rifle guys. You basically I don't know too much about ITB, but you basically learn about combat
It
in
sounds
detail.
more
Yeah.
like the engineering side almost, right? Like you basically like learn the fundamentals of like everything that the Marines use.
Yeah, I guess you could say that in a way. For the guys who aren't infantry that go to MCT, you basically just learn basic combat maneuvers and basic. You get basic knowledge on the different weapon systems we have. So
Mhm.
like, I think we shot 203s. We threw some hand grenades, machine guns. Yeah, we did a machine gun course.
Like is all actual like live rounds and
Yeah,
shit,
yeah,
right?
yeah.
Oh
And
shit.
then you do like your mount towns. Mount towns is like when you clear out a town with a fire team. So
Mm-hmm.
you learn that. You do a lot of cool stuff. It's really fun. It's only a month long. All right.
Okay.
So it's like it's not too crazy. Boot camp's like 3 months long. They
Okay.
actually extended it. It's like 3 months and 2 weeks now or something. Yeah.
What the fuck?
Yeah.
Probably 2 weeks for that all whole like initiation phase, like getting you like paperwork done or whatever, right?
I'm not too sure actually because they did all that like after my
Mm.
time in boot camp was done. So
Mm-hmm.
I never looked back and was like, oh yeah, why did they add extra 2 weeks?
Yeah, yeah. No, I don't
Not
think you
sure.
want to look back.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously we're looking back now, but it's more like reminiscing.
Yeah, I mean they changed a lot about the Marine Corps since I've been
Mm.
out, man. Like they got a whole new rifle qualification. They got a
Do
whole
you
bunch
know
of
the
new stuff.
reason why?
No, I think they made it a little bit harder though. From what I read, it looks I mean, from what I saw and
Mm-hmm.
read, it looks a little bit harder,
Do you
which I
have any
like.
like ideas why you might think that they extended it or did it that
Because
way?
warfare is always changing,
Mm.
and you can't. It's really hard to train like what we talked about earlier, special forces versus regular infantry.
Yeah.
Um, Special forces guys are they get specially trained and that's their job. They
Mm-hmm.
train all day doing all that crazy stuff.
Yeah.
It's hard to train a lot of people rather than a small group of like a team of like 15 or
For
something.
sure. For
So
sure.
like when you have this big battalion, you want proficient in shooting a rifle in like our old qual was basically like you shot at the 200-yard line, shot at the 300-yard line, and shot at the 500-yard line. If you hit, for the most part, if you hit the target for the most part, you would pass.
Mm.
So I think now it's you do that still, but then they have like some like actual like combative shooting in there. So like you have to shoot like I think I gotta read it again, but you start at the 25-yard line and do some like kind of like
Like a
table
drill?
three, like yeah, kind of like combat drills. It's kind of hard to explain because I never done it,
Mm.
But from what I read, you shoot moving targets. We did that on our old qual anyway, but there's a lot of other things they do like different like control. Oh man, this is hard to say because like yeah, it's military acronyms, but
I mean, you can
yeah,
say the
yeah.
acronyms, bro.
So
Yeah.
yeah, I think they do like box drills and like controlled bear drills and that's it. Control pair is 2 shots to the chest. Box drills like and you have 2 targets. Two shots to the chest, 2 shots to the other chest, and 2 shots to the pelvic, 2 shots to the other pelvic, and then like some failure to stop drills, which is like 2 shots to the chest and 2 shots to the pelvic.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, just basic stuff like that. So I think it's a little harder. I got to read up on it again, but our old qual was definitely too easy.
Oh, you thought it was too easy?
Yeah, I mean that's the reason I got undergrad, man. Like I was the top shot in boot camp. I had I didn't have the highest PFT,
Mm-hmm.
but I had the highest CFT. So I had the best combat fitness test, the best
Okay.
rifle range score, and the second best PFT with physical fitness test, which is the
Oh.
3 mile run,
Oh,
pull
okay,
ups, and all that
okay.
stuff. And then yeah, there's a lot, man.
Damn.
Yeah.
So it was really that easy for you to get or basically undergrad.
I mean, I'm not gonna say it was easy, man. It was I worked my ass off for that.
Mm-hmm.
I was actually very proud of it until I got into my unit, and when I got that's another story, man. I got into my unit, and everybody's like, "No one cares." Well,
So
good for you.
so you did 3 months of boot camp, and then you said 2 months,
1 month of combat
1 month
training.
of combat training,
Yeah.
and then after that you got into your unit.
No. So after that, you actually go to your school, your job school, your MOS training school.
Okay.
So my job was not infantry. I was a 2111 small armor repair technician,
Okay.
which is basically like a gunsmith or an armor in the in civilian world.
Mm-hmm.
So we like fix all the guns and stuff and maintain the armory.
Is that the name of the job, like an armor?
Yeah, small arms repair tech.
Mm.
Yeah.
Okay.
But yeah, I went to Fort Lee, Virginia for that, and man, that place sucks.
Fort Lee, Virginia.
Yeah, it's an army base. But
Is there nothing to do around there?
I mean, there's stuff to do. You could go down to Richmond and stuff and hang out. But I was underage at the time and like
Mm-hmm.
couldn't really. I still got alcohol, but like being a student in the Marine Corps is different. Like like college kids, you guys do whatever. I'm not saying you're in college. I'm saying college kids in general.
Mm-hmm.
You go to school, you do whatever you want after.
Yeah.
When you're a student in the Marine Corps, you still have to abide by the rules
Mm.
of your command. So
Right.
we couldn't go out on certain days. We only go on the weekends.
Mhm.
And then even then, man, it's hard going out because then like, next day we had 5:30, PT physical
Yeah.
training.
Yeah.
So, and then I think schoolhouse training was even harder than like boot camp training.
For real.
I mean, not
In terms of
necessarily.
like the social aspect.
No, in terms of like physical ability, like
Okay.
because we were doing more like log runs and like these
Mm.
crazy like workouts that
Mm-hmm.
it's not hard, but like it's more team based. So
Right.
like on a log run, right? If like me and you were carrying the log, and then like I don't know, like Austin, my cousin Austin's
Mm-hmm.
carrying in the back. Obviously, for anyone who knows Austin Vorong, I'm sorry, but he's a good guy, but he's not the strongest. It would be hard because he's not in great physical shape, so he would probably lag behind, and that puts the team behind. So
Mm.
that's why it's hard. It's all team based workouts, and it's like,
You're as strong
yeah,
as your weakest link, right?
exactly.
Yeah.
You're as strong as your weakest link, so you
Mm.
better motivate them to get the fuck up, open a can
Mm.
of man, and get in there.
Okay, okay. So you basically went to MOS training, right?
Yeah,
MOS meaning
you just call it the schoolhouse. Your
a
schoolhouse,
schoolhouse?
yeah. So the schoolhouse is just whatever MOS you have. MOS is just the job, like the job title in the
Oh, okay.
military. So like a 2111 is the job number, and
Mm-hmm.
yeah, I would go to that school, which is the Small Arms Repair Tech school. So
Okay.
yeah.
So basically that's just like getting you accustomed to like the typical jobs that are around the Marine Corps.
Oh no. Oh, here's another thing a lot of people don't know. For you guys who want to go to the military, you sign a contract with the recruiter, and that contract has your job title in there.
Oh,
So
really?
so like yeah, if you're getting fucked over or not. So like if you sign the contract to be a cook, guess what? You're gonna be a cook for the next 4 years.
And the recruiters don't tell you.
I mean, they sort of tell you. So you know how they got me? This is crazy. I'm glad you brought this up. This motherfucker, this slime ball, man. He said, I wanted to be infantry, straight up. I was like, oh man, I want to be infantry. Growing
Mhm.
up playing Call of Duty, setting up all the training, acting like I was a fucking Marine the whole time. Anyway, I
Yeah.
was like, I want to do infantry.
Mhm.
Got to the recruiting office. He's like, there's no infantry contracts. Your scores, I had a really high score, and for anyone who knows how recruiting works, if you have a higher score and you could fill a spot that's more, in the man, which is my job was in the man at the time,
Mhm.
he was not going to give me infantry because infantry can go to anybody with a low score. Since I had a
Yeah.
high score, he's like, "Oh no, you're going to fill this spot for me because I need you to fill the spot." And then
Damn.
he told me, he's like, "Hey, I don't have no infantry contracts. There's always an infantry contract open, but I have this cool contract for you. It's called ground ordnance maintenance."
Ground ordnance
And he was like,
maintenance.
"You're basically with the grunts and infantry. You're basically with the infantry, and you fix stuff for them. But you're out there doing training with them and slaying bodies with them too."
Hey, bro, at least he put you in a position where
And he
you're
wasn't
with
lying all
infantry.
the way,
Right, right.
but man, he got me. He got me.
So the infantry contracts are always available.
They're always available.
Always
There's
available.
no way you're not gonna like that. Yeah, there's always room in the infantry.
Mm.
But if you have a high score on the ASVAB, which is the test you take in to get in the military,
Mm-hmm.
usually the recruiter is going to try to fill in a spot they can with you.
Mm-hmm.
Like if I had a 90, there's no way that recruiter is going to let that 90 go to waste.
Yeah.
He's going to put me in
He's gonna
some
put you
crazy
to
tech
use.
job. Yeah.
Yeah.
Cause like that's hard to fill. That's hard to come by,
Mm-hmm.
So like not everybody can, I mean, ASVAB's easy, but like usually when someone's intelligent, they don't go to the military.
Yeah. I mean, shit. Look at me. I'm not in the military. I'm just a fucking
Exactly. I was a
alien roaming
dumbass, dude.
space. Oh, okay. Would you say that everyone who enrolled into the military is a dumbass?
No, but we go by the lowest common denominator. So yeah.
What exactly is the lowest common denominator?
The IQ of 60 and below.
Is that really?
Yeah, man. Like,
Wait, is that like an actual proven statistic?
no, it's not a proven statistic.
Okay.
It's a bullshit statistic made up by me.
Okay.
But as a sergeant, I mean, even looking back at me and my private first class days, I was a fucking idiot. I was an idiot with an ego, which is the most dangerous thing you can be in the world.
Yeah.
An idiot
very
with
much.
with a fucking ego.
Yeah. And are there a lot of those?
Yes, everyone. Every
Everyone.
single one of the motherfuckers. I mean, not everyone.
Right.
There's some really solid guys.
Okay.
But for the most part, everyone has a fucking crazy ego because they just got out of boot camp. They're like, "Oh, I'm a fucking Marine. I'm this." So yeah, they're gonna have their egos. They just got out of boot camp. They did combat training. They're in the schoolhouse, or they just got to their unit. After a while, it kind of dies down. After like a year, it's like, okay, I'm not that special.
Okay. And so, like, after you attended your schoolhouse, you said for a month, right?
No, I was actually in Fort Lee for like 8 months because
8 months.
so crazy how the Marine Corps works. That my job was in demand at the time. They put so many motherfuckers in there. The schoolhouse was backed up. I was backed up.
What
yeah,
the
I was
fuck?
backed up for like 6 months, and then the full school was like 3 months. So
Okay.
yeah, so yeah, something like that. I was there for like 9, 8 months in total, something like that. But yeah, yeah.
You went from boot camp for 3 months, 1 month in
Combat training.
combat training, so that's 4 months
Oh
total.
yeah, let's go back to that actually.
Combat
So I was
training?
an honor
Yeah.
grad in boot camp because
Okay.
leadership, integrity, and just being able to like fucking do something, like do shit like
Mm-hmm.
with high
Be
speed
a
and
leader.
intensity. Yeah. Um, I actually got to combat training, did the same thing, and I got a meritorious mass, which is an award saying, "Oh, you did a good job."
Okay. All
Yeah.
right.
So it's kind of like being the honor grad for
Honestly,
MCT2.
like your story is literally just like if you fucking put your mind to
No,
something
for real.
and
That's what
like
it is.
do
Yeah.
it, like you can literally achieve anything you want.
Yeah, and so did the same thing in MCT, which is I think MCT is a joke, and we need to if we want to say every Marine's a rifleman, we need to higher the standard over there because I think
Mm,
it's a joke.
mm.
We need detailed training. When I went, there was people other than the infantry teaching it, so people who I don't want to say like I'm not gonna say combat experience because a lot of people don't have combat experience nowadays because
Mhm.
we're not in wartime.
Yeah.
But if I have an electrician teaching me how to patrol, it's kind of weird.
Yeah, that's kind
You
of
know,
weird. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
I think I only had like one infantry guy as our instructor, and man, he slayed us. But everyone else is like I thought it was a joke.
Mm,
But I got the honor grad there, meritorious mass award there. Going to the schoolhouse, I actually graduated top of my class there too.
what the fuck?
Yeah, and I got promoted to
Damn.
lance corporal out of there. So I was an
Damn.
E3 going to the fleet.
Okay.
And the fleet's the real Marine Corps,
The
like
real Marine
your
Corps.
unit. Yeah,
Like
like
you're
that's what
you're out of
yeah.
school, like you're out
Like
of that
I just
fucking
graduated
bullshit.
college. Now now I'm in my
Okay.
corporation, my
Okay,
job,
okay.
whatever you want to call it.
Okay,
Yeah, that's what it
okay.
is. So
That's a
the
good
fleet, yeah,
analogy. Yeah, okay.
yeah. So I got to the fleet,
Mm-hmm.
and I was this high strung, like fucking gung ho motivated guy, and I was like, oh yeah, I can't wait to get to the fleet. Man, man. I
They
got
put
made
your ass
fun
in
of.
check.
They put my ass in check so hard. I thought I was like this fucking like high speed dude. Like, oh yeah, I'm a fucking lance corporal. Got to the unit. No one really cared. They're like, oh, good for you. No one
Hmm.
cares.
Hmm.
Here's your cookie.
So like, is there like a process that you get chosen, or like you have to go through to be picked up by a platoon,
No, it's in the
or
needs of the Marine Corps. So if this X unit needs 2, 3 Marines in this job field, this MOS, you get sent there. So that's how it works. The
Okay.
needs of Marine Corps. There's some data guy who handles all that and sends everyone everywhere.
Okay.
But yeah, I ended up going to Camp Lejeune. Second
Camp Lejeune.
yeah, Camp Lejeune, North Carolina.
Okay.
Second Maintenance Battalion.
Second Maintenance Battalion.
Yep. Second fucking Maintenance Battalion.
And what does that mean?
Second Maintenance Battalion is kind of like a big. It's just so I'm trying to break it down. So in the Marine Corps in general, you have logistics,
Okay.
and then you have infantry.
Okay.
Right, infantry units are division. So I'll get into that later. But then you have the logistics battalions, like second maintenance was a part of logistics. Second maintenance battalion is the big depot for all maintenance.
Okay.
So like if the other unit, so we support the all of Camp Lejeune doing maintenance basically.
Okay.
So if like the other infantry units needed like, oh, I need this truck fixed, they would go to second maintenance battalion. For me, it would be like, oh, these machine guns are broken, so bring them to the second maintenance battalion, bring them to IWI platoon.
So you
That's
guys
where I
are
was at.
basically like the support team.
Yeah, the factory. We're the last step before we say throw away the guns, they're done.
Oh, okay. Okay.
So that was my first unit, and then like, man, me being like, I'm gonna get deep into this because like me being like a motivated guy, I got there and I wanted to do great things, and I eventually wanted to go to like trial for like MARSOC, which is our special forces. It's kind of like Navy SEALs.
Okay.
A lot of people don't know about them because we don't get the publicity, but
Yeah, I don't really hear much about MARSOC.
yeah, they're special force, just like Delta Force, the Green Berets, and Navy SEALs. They're all on the same tier level. They all get like crazy good amounts of training, and that's what I wanted to do. I got to second maintenance battalion though, and like that dream just slowly died for me because, man, if you want to be infantry and you get to this, like, I'm not trying to sound like all the guys. Oh yeah, I wanted to sign infantry, but I didn't go because of this. I'm not making excuses, but like I got so demotivated working at second maintenance battalion because it's all about like a 9 to 5. It's a 9 to
You
5
basically
job.
got thrown into a factory.
Yeah, I basically got thrown into the factory, and it was depressing.
Mm.
It was depressing because like my command was shit. I tried to be better. I tried to do good, like physically. Yeah, just
You just tried
basically
to have
physically.
that like motivation for
Yeah,
yourself.
it's hard when you want to be good, right?
Mm-hmm.
But then everyone around you is like overweight, fat, can barely pass your
And
physical
they've
fitness
accepted the
test.
fact that like this is what they're
Yeah,
gonna do.
that's that they accepted the fact like this is the end of my career. This is the Marine Corps. It's not though, you know. And I'm glad I didn't let it kill me all the way. But yeah, man, when you're working with a bunch of guys who they stop caring because like they work a 9 to 5 job in the Marine Corps and it
Yeah.
sucks. And then you're always on call to do bullshit like duty or do a field off or something like that. Yeah, they all hate their lives over there, man. Not trying to talk bad about the unit, but when I was there, it was just depressing for
That's
me.
how your experience
Yeah.
was. Yeah.
Just because I wanted to do stuff. I wanted to fucking train. I wanted to, do Marine Corps things. But I got stuck doing a 9 to 5 job, which I wasn't even good at. And I got in trouble a lot because I wasn't good at it.
Oh, really?
Yeah. And then also the fact that when you're trying to be better, better yourself and you're like a mile ahead of your peers, it makes you look like an ass kisser and all these things. And everyone hates you because of that, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so
That's true.
that's
Like an
another reason.
overachiever.
Yeah,
you get
so
those labels and shit.
that's what my image was over there. Everyone thought I was an overachiever, like, oh, he's a fucking tryhard. I just wanted to do things.
Yeah. Like you didn't want to fucking sit around and
Yeah, I
slowly
wanted to be a
die.
real Marine.
Yeah.
I didn't.
So how long were you in the 2nd Battalion?
So I was
Like,
in there for about like a
Marines.
year and a half or maybe 2 years, and then I got an opportunity to go on a deployment.
Okay.
So that's when everything.
How did
changed.
that opportunity come about?
So usually, if the infantry units like if they need someone to go on deployment and if they don't have that spot filled, they would go to one of our units, like a support unit, and be like, "Hey, you guys have an armor or a truck driver to go on deployment with us? Cool, send them over."
Okay.
So yeah, my command knew I was all about I wanted to do something, and as soon as they got the opportunity and I had my time in service in, they let me go, and hey, I thank them for that.
Yeah, they're like, hey, we need to get this guy out of here,
Yeah.
bro. He's too much energy, high energy for
Not
us.
even that, man. I was probably a retard to them too, because I sucked at my job. Like, I just didn't have any motivation to do my job. Like, I didn't have any beliefs to be like, oh wow,
Yeah.
cool. This is so cool.
Yeah.
Some guys like, hey, good on you guys for the ones who take that shit seriously, because it is very serious working on making sure the guns are up and stuff. But like,
I mean, there's a lot of pride that goes into like being that last line of defense for like I guess like guns and shit. Like I'm not gonna let this.
not for me,
fucking
man.
gun
I
die.
wanted to be tip of the spear. I wanted I wanted to make a difference. I mean, you are making a difference by putting those guns up.
Yeah.
Yeah, you 100% you guys are. Keep killing it.
Yeah.
But I don't know. That just wasn't me, man. I wanted to,
You're-
I actually
you're-
wanted to operate, and I tell my buddy this all the time. Donovan, he was infantry, and he was like, man, you should have just lat moved because you would have done great. But yeah, man, I finally got, accepted, or they finally put me on the list to deploy, and I got sent over to First Marine Division, First Division 6 Marines.
First
1-6.
Division 6 Marines.
Yeah,
What is
infantry
so?
unit.
Okay, so what does that mean?
So remember how I said there's like logistics battalions and
Yeah.
then there's infantry.
Yeah.
So division is like all the infantry units. So
Okay.
you would be like First Division, 6 Marines. That would be a unit. So I was in 1-6 infantry battalion.
Is there like a
There's different ones. Yeah, there's like a 3A, a 2 that goes all the way up.
Are there like any of those like units that are like well known for a specific reason or?
Yes. So I'm about to get into that with
Okay,
1-6
okay,
actually.
Okay.
So 1-6, we have the French Forget, which is an honor given to us by the French for our incredible marksmanship in World War One in the Battle of Belleau Wood.
Okay.
Yeah, they literally gave us an award for being badass snipers, and that's what the French Forget is.
Snipers.
So, yeah, riflemen, snipers.
Riflemen, snipers.
Not really snipers. I don't think. I mean, yeah, they had snipers back then, but yeah.
Just
Basically,
excellent
for
marksmanship.
excellent marksmanship. That's 1-6 got awarded that because of that, and yeah, it's just an honor to be in a unit with that legacy. And there's a lot of units with other things. I can't name them. I think my buddy was in 3 something. I can't remember if he said 3.8 or 3.1, but they had some crazy award given to them in the Battle of Incheon in Korea or something like that. I would have to fact check with him,
Right.
but yeah.
So,
Yeah.
but do you guys get like chose because of those awards that you're given, right?
Oh no. The unit earns the award.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So when the unit earns that reward, right?
Hmm.
Uh, does that specific unit get chosen for like specific missions or
So I
like?
think back in the day, yeah.
Mm,
But now it's like, well, yeah, every unit definitely trains to their to their need.
mm-hmm.
So like for example, in 1-6, there's Alpha, Bravo, and Charlie Company.
Okay.
Um, I I work with Bravo Company the most,
Okay.
but in Bravo Company, it breaks down even more. They have first squad, second squad, third squad. I
Mm.
think first squad was a all suppressed unit, so all of the guys were suppressed.
Hmm.
I think second squad, I'm not sure, or I might have this backwards, but first squad, I think actually no, first squad was full of like the point men and like CQB, like weaponry, like they had EO techs on their rifles and stuff like that.
Okay.
The normal rifle setup you'll see in the Marine Corps is an ACOG and M4.
Mm-hmm.
Then I think third squad was like our super squad. They
Mm-hmm.
had like basically all the same shit Marsoc had. They had all the fast helmets and the cool cry precision gear, and they all rocked the M416, the IAR M27s with suppressors and stuff.
Okay.
So yeah, I
Okay.
mean each unit, yeah, I mean yeah, each squad had their own like specialization.
Each
So
squad within that unit
yeah,
had. Okay. That's interesting. So you said you spent most of your time in Bravo Company, right?
yeah.
How long was your service?
With 1-6
Yeah,
or
with
in
one
general?
six, and I mean, I guess with 1-6. So you weren't with 1-6 the whole time?
No, so I was like I said, I was in second Main Battalion, hating my life for like a year and a half or 2 years, and then I went over to 1-6 for a year, about the same amount of time, a year and a half.
Okay.
So yeah, deployed with them, and I got back, and then they sent me off to Japan,
Japan.
which
Oh, so that's
then
when
I
you went
went,
to Japan.
and then that's where I ended up another logistics battalion, third supply battalion.
Third Supply
But it was a
Battalion.
little bit better since I was a sergeant at that point. So
Mm.
I had my own guys, and I didn't want to make their lives miserable. So
Mm-hmm,
I
mm-hmm.
think I ran everything pretty good. I actually got a Navy Achievement Medal for my leadership skills and
Damn, for real.
how I operated the whole armory. So
Mm-hmm,
yeah,
mm-hmm. It sounds to me like you're a great leader.
somewhat,
You
not
want to
really.
lead me, bro?
Nah, but yeah, my time in 1-6 is great, man. Like I miss all the boys.
Do you still talk to any of them?
I try to. My friend Brandon Okiyama. Yeah, I talk to him every now and then on Discord, and I think he's like doing underwater welding right now. And then another great friend of mine, Justin Sullivan. I lost contact with him. I always try to reach out to him, but
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what happened to him. Last I
Mm-hmm.
heard, he broke his leg and he was in the army because he got out and he felt just like me. He was like, "What am I doing out here?"
Mm-hmm.
And he went back in. He was actual infantry too, and he went back into the army. And yeah, I haven't heard from him since. So
Mm. Okay.
yeah.
So you spent blah, blah, blah. You said you spent a year and a half in 1-6, and then from 1-6 you went to Third Supply Battalion
Yeah.
in Japan.
Yep.
Did you choose to go there?
Oh yes, I did.
Why?
I was like, yo, I was like, Japan, like send me there right now. And I had the time of my life.
I heard that sometimes even if you pick a spot to go to, like you won't be guaranteed
No,
that
you're not
spot.
guaranteed, but that's the case. So like coming out of like the schoolhouse, right after you get all your training done,
Mm-hmm.
you pick like, oh, I want to go East Coast, West Coast, or overseas, right?
Mm,
So I think out of the schoolhouse, I wanted to be somewhat near home.
mm-hmm.
That's how I got the opportunity to come home, like on all the holidays.
Yeah.
I picked East Coast.
Yeah.
Sadly, I should have picked I should have picked West Coast.
Why?
Just to get
Why do you regret the choosing home over West Coast?
just because I wish I opened my mind to a new experience because I know the East Coast, like like it
The culture here is definitely different than West Coast for
yeah,
sure.
for sure, it's
Yeah.
definitely. I never been West Coast either, so
Mm.
I mean I visited LA and San Francisco a couple times. Like I never lived out there.
Mm-hmm.
Living out in Camp Lejeune felt like I was living in like bumfuck nowhere,
Yeah.
Georgia. So it was like the same. Plus the people weren't that great, but
Mm.
it's
Yeah.
whatever.
Yeah.
Japan was a whole different experience for me. So
Dude, it sounds because like that's when I got to know you personally. Like when you were in Japan, when you came back to
I feel like
visit.
everybody got to know me because like they were like, "Oh man, Japan, how's Japan? How
No,
that's
because like
cool."
that's when I started hearing about you. Like I
Really?
didn't, yeah, I didn't
Oh.
know of you
I thought
until.
we met a couple times. Like I would come home on like a holiday or something, and we would go get what is it, Luxor or some shit.
Oh, that's true, but I don't even remember seeing you at like Luxor
Oh, I was
like
there.
that.
I hung out with everybody.
But no, that was the time when you were still in Japan, no?
No, I'm talking about before that. Like
Really?
I think before deployment, yeah, before I deployed, I was it's called yeah, I got like 30 days off, 30 days home because
Hmm.
we were deploying and we went to Syria. So
Yeah, all I remember is just like everyone talking about, oh yeah, Alex home now. Let's go fucking drink at Luxor and get lit and shit.
yeah, no, Luxor was before Japan because that place like got shut
Yeah,
down.
yeah, yeah. Oh, I
So
mean,
when I
you know,
came
it's still
back home,
alive.
yeah, when I came back home, everybody's still going to Encore and shit, and
Yeah,
now everybody's going to Glam.
yeah, yeah,
I'm not even in the scene anymore. So
yeah. I mean, it's completely different. It's all the same,
yeah, still the
honestly.
same thing.
Yeah, it's still the
I'm
same
a little too
thing.
old for it now, though. I live my party life. I'm done with that.
So living that, right? Like you went to Japan. Can you tell us some stories of Japan and your experience there?
So what do you want to hear? I got a lot of stories, man.
What's like the most memorable story for you
The
in
most
Japan?
memorable story for me was when me and my buddy Donovan. I'm gonna talk about him a lot because that's like one of my best friends.
Hmm.
But so like I said, I got sent out to Third Spy Battalion. He got sent out to I think just regiment. Yeah,
Okay.
so the regiment in general, which is like kind of like the overseer of all the logistics battalions. I
Mm.
forgot what the unit was actually called, but his job out there on a pogue base like that, because he's a grunt infantry. His job was he was in charge of TRT. So I forgot what it stands for. It's like training something something tactics. I don't
Hmm.
know, but he basically teaches all of us like um, how to patrol. They teach machine gunners course. They do like all these all the cool infantry stuff that all the pogues like me want to learn.
Hmm.
So like yeah, we met out there checking into Japan. Like there's like a long 2 week check-in process where you have
Okay.
to like stay in this like holding
Holding
like
facility.
yeah holding facility. I don't want to call it a dorm because it's pretty shitty.
Right.
It's like barely livable
A
conditions.
facility.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You're.
there's like mold under the bed and shit.
Oh no.
Yeah, but you stay in this holding facility for like 2 weeks to do like your check in and do all that stuff so they can make sure you get to the right unit and all that. But I think he stuck out the most because like you know, me being Asian going to Japan is completely different from like some no racism, but like some like
A
American
black
guy
person
or a
or a
white
white
guy,
person.
American guy
Yeah.
going to Japan like they don't I mean, some people
It's
like
like a culture shock.
yeah, yeah, some
Yeah.
people might love it. They're like, "Oh yeah, I can't wait to go, I go try all these different things." But then you would never understand this, but then you got people who are like, "Oh, I don't like this. I don't want this."
Mm.
Why am I in Japan? I don't want to be
Mhm.
in Japan. Send me
Mhm.
back home.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Like
And
they're
it's
not used to it.
yeah, and
Yeah.
it's 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 gonna it happens to everybody. I think I had a little culture shock too.
Really?
Yeah. Just
Even though you're
even though
aware.
I've been away, dude. I went
Yeah.
to Syria, we went
Yeah.
to Norway, like I've been away and like then when I don't know why, but when I got to Japan, it was just different. Like
Hmm.
I think it's because I was alone, like I
Mm-hmm.
back at 1-6, I had my boys, going everywhere with me. Now I'm
Mm-hmm.
like I'm here alone as a sergeant, and like it's like weird.
Mm-hmm.
It's like man, I'm really walking around Japan. I don't know anybody out here. One thing I say about the military is we're used to doing things in teams, so
Mm-hmm.
why would we be used to like doing stuff alone,
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I think that's what it was. It's just being alone. Like I didn't have any like friends or anyone
Mm.
to lean on. Met Donovan though and a couple other great guys in the holding facility. Like I said, he stuck out because he actually wanted to do stuff. Like we were like,
Right.
yeah, we're gonna go out and drink, we're gonna go out and party.
Explore
Yeah,
like
yeah,
Japan. Yeah.
exactly. A lot of guys they didn't want to do that. They were like,
Mm.
I don't know, they don't speak English. Like,
Yeah.
what the fuck, dude.
Yeah.
Like, stop being pussy.
Yeah. Stop
Like,
being closed-minded and go
yeah, fucking
fucking.
open your fucking mind
Yeah.
and experience something everybody in the
Different.
world wants to do. Like, almost not everybody, but a
A
lot of people in the
majority
world.
of the
Yeah, a lot of
people.
people in the world want to go to Japan.
A majority.
And
Okay. I wouldn't even say majority. I would say all. Basically all of humanity would definitely love to experience something different than what they're doing right now. Especially if like they're stuck
yeah,
in like the same old routine that they've been doing. 10 out of 10 times, I'm pretty sure those people would like take up another opportunity to go do something different.
yeah. So like, I think one of the crazy stories we had after we got settled into our units, we started going out and stuff. And you know, I think we had a good group of guys. One of my friends, Kevin Lee. Oh no, sorry, Kevin Lau, and then Sean Lee.
Okay.
One's Korean, one's Chinese. And then my buddy Donovan, we would go out all the time and like drink and go out to all these bars and stuff, and like it was funny. We had to use Google Translate for some of these bars. I learned some Japanese. I became real close to some of the locals, and they would take me out and stuff, and like they spoke somewhat English.
Right.
So there was always a communication.
Like you guys were like putting in that effort to try and
Yeah,
speak
exactly.
with the locals. Yeah.
And then I remember one night, since you asked about stories, this is the crazy. I think this is the craziest one. One night, me and Donovan and Sean, we're all drinking at my friend's bar. We got really close to this one bar because we were regulars there. And then, at first, like, it was hard communicating with them, but they actually learned English for us.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and I learned Japanese. Well, I learned somewhat Japanese for them. Not really good Japanese,
right?
But their English
enough
was
to get by.
Yeah, their English was actually pretty like getting good. Like towards the end of my not deployment, my time there. But I remember like they closed the bar and we went out to out to clubs and stuff to drink some more. This man Donovan got so drunk he could not handle himself, and like he turned into like a fucking monster. I don't know what the hell happened to him, but he was like, man, I got to go out for some fresh air. I was like, cool, take a breather, man. Like you're fucked up. Like stop, just chill, because he probably would have drank some more if I never
just
stopped
slow
him.
down, brother. Just slow down.
But yeah, our Japanese friends were getting worried about him because he was like getting a little too crazy. Thing about Japan is like it's not like America,
No,
like
definitely not.
Getting crazy like that. It's like, I mean, yeah, you get wild and have fun, but if
it's
you
like
see
a certain threshold or
Yeah.
like a limit.
I feel like if you see like something like that happen in America, nobody would care. They would be
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
he's
It's
just
completely
drunk.
normal here.
Yeah,
Yeah,
like you get into a bar fight, they're like, oh shit, that's
Let's
cool.
go bar fight.
That happens.
Yeah.
That's cool. That barely happens in Japan though.
Mm.
So, yeah, Donovan, he goes outside and he takes a breather, whatever. It's been about 30 minutes, so I go check on him, and I'm just like, man, I hope he like didn't get like hurt or something, like fall down. And I see this man like throwing up at the edge of like this like shady, like downstairs shady area. Like it looks like no one's supposed. It looks like supply closet. It looks like no one's supposed to be down there. I'm just like, oh my god, this dude had a pool of throw up at the bottom of the stairwell, just like sitting there in front of a door.
No.
Little did we know, that door was actually the entrance to like a illegal gambling facility. Our Japanese friend said. So, like, I think his name is Yahiro, and he comes out and he's like Keo, what's going on? In a Japanese accent, of course. And he's like, oh, this is yabai, it's bad. and I was like, yeah, man. I was like, fuck, how do we get him up? And Sean comes out, and Sean's like, he was like, I'm not touching him. He's all full throw up. So my ass, like, I'm just like, yo, Donovan, get the fuck up. And I smacked him like across the face. And dude, that was probably the worst thing I ever fucking did in my life. Dude turns a fucking grizzly bear. And we were just fighting in the fucking throw up.
No, you say,
yeah, dude. And I had on these like Acne Studio jeans that Justin Kunisakura put me on. It cost like $300 or something. I had this like really nice like vape shirt on that probably is not that nice.
Damn, you were popping out.
Yeah, I was dripping, dripping out Japan. I had to show out. But yeah,
dripping out of Japan just to fucking wrestle your best friend.
Yeah, wrestling and some throw up. So we're wrestling in there for a long time, and then he was like, "Stop!" He's like, "Stop! This is a gangster bar." He was like, "You need to get him up. We need to get out of here."
Yeah.
And I'm just like, I don't give a fuck. And, in my head, like it wasn't even about like getting up anymore. It was about fucking fighting. Like, in that moment, like I was drunk too, and like we were gonna fight to the death right there.
Yeah. Damn. So like, how did y'all even like end that?
A fucking real gangster came out and ended it.
A Japanese yakuza.
Yeah, dude. Yeah. So that's what Yahir said. He's like, oh, this is yakuza. Like you don't mess with them. So he comes out and he's like speaking Japanese to me, and I was like, I just look at him. I'm just like, what the fuck are you saying to me? And then Yahir like speaks up for me. He's like, oh, he's he's American. He's a gaijin, whatever.
Yeah. Stupid guy.
Sorry, they're just drunk. I'm trying to get them out of here. And the dude threatens me with a knife.
Oh,
and,
shit.
I think like I saw a red right there, and I wanted like to fucking fight him now. And I'm pretty sure Donovan was like still laying on the floor in his throw up. He was that drunk. But like, yeah, I was just like, I don't know what happened, but I didn't do anything. And I thank myself for that, because he probably would have stabbed me like 20 times.
Yeah,
Superman,
I mean, this kind of ties back to the whole like you were young with an
idiot
ego.
with an ego.
Yeah, an idiot with an ego.
That ego is definitely shown right there. I don't know what happened. I think like my senses kicked in, or like, yeah, I could die here. let me just get Donovan out of here.
Damn.
You know,
Okay.
so Donovan, like, after wrestling him for like the 15 minutes, he's like fucking tired as fuck and like laying there, and I just carry him up, and then he pushes me off, and then we're about to fight again. Sean finally comes between us. He's like, "Come on, guys, don't fight."
Yeah.
Sean, he, I don't know why he joined the Marine Corps. He's a great guy. I love the dude, but he had like no aggression in him whatsoever. He was like, he's so chill, down to the like down to earth guy.
Right.
And he worked an office job his whole Marine Corps career.
Oh, really?
So like, you know, he was just like, stop. He's like, he's like, don't fight, guys.
I don't want to
And
be
then we
associated
both
with
just
you.
look at him and just like, shut up, pussy. And we go back at it, just like looking at each other. And then we finally just stop, and like we gotta get home now. So it's like 3 a.m. You're only supposed to stay out past like 1 a.m. and that's it.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we broke curfew, so we couldn't go back on base until like 7 a.m. So we just walked around covered in throw up for the rest of the night. Yeah. And then I think we talked the next day, and we both apologized. So I was like, my bad, bro. Like,
That's a
I didn't even feel that happened.
That's
But,
a
dude,
fucking
that's my
wild
boy.
story.
Yeah, that's my best
That's
friend.
crazy.
That is my boy, man. We have a
Damn.
lot more. Like, there was one time where we went out drinking with this bar worker. Her name was Wakana. Yeah.
What kind
So
of?
she worked at two different bars, and she invited us to go to her other bar where she worked at on Saturdays. It was like a karaoke bar. So we went there, did karaoke, all that cool stuff, and then she invited us out to go to a club at like 4 or 5 a.m. Japan life is different.
Yeah. I
Yeah.
mean, nightlife there
Yeah.
is completely
So
different.
we went out to a club with her at like 5 a.m. and my boy Sean, the other guy I was telling you about, he's trying to talk to her the whole time, which I don't really care.
Yeah.
I don't really care.
Mm-hmm.
For some reason, she was trying to talk to me though, which is kind of weird because Sean was trying to talk to her. So I try to like exclude
She
myself.
just wasn't interested in Sean, bro. She was interested in you.
I don't know why, but I excluded myself from that whole thing.
I think it was that ego, you know, the whole like Marine pride showing, bro.
Yeah, you know, I have a lot of Marine pride, man. He didn't though. I mean, so maybe I don't know. Maybe
That's probably
what it
why she was attracted to you.
Yeah, but I try to exclude myself. I literally left the club to go get a beer somewhere else because I was like, I'm gonna let my boy Lee shine.
Yeah, you didn't want to steal his thunder.
Yeah, so I came back like an hour later because Donovan called me. He's like, "Hey man, Wakana's looking for you." And I was like, "Oh my god, really?" And I'm just like, "All right, I'm coming back. You know, whatever. Fuck it, let's go." There's a guy. Damn, I should have said this earlier, but there's a guy we met. He's from L.A.
Okay.
And he lives in Japan now, but he was working at the same bar Wakana was working at. So I
Okay.
was really cool with him too. So I was like, I'm gonna go back and talk to Renji. So I go back, try to talk to Renji. This dude's hammered, and he's like, let's go drink some more. It's like 7 a.m. at this point.
God
We're gonna go drink some
damn.
more. And we're walking to the next bar. The fucking sun is out. Sean is still trying to talk to this fucking girl. She's not interested. It's funny as fuck. I'm up here walking with Renji and shit, and she's like pulling me back, and then Donovan is like lagging behind because he's fucked up again. So we get to the next bar and we sit down. Donovan's nowhere to be found. So I go outside. I'm looking for him. I'm like, what the fuck? Like, where the fuck did he go? Like,
What the fuck?
there's
Y'all
no
just
way
let
he
the
just got
fifth-
kidnapped. Yeah,
Y'all just let the fifth wheel fucking straggle behind like that.
I was like, there's no way he got kidnapped. You know, he's a fucking dude's a fucking bear. So I'm like walking up and down the street for like 30 minutes looking for him. I'm screaming his name at this point because I'm scared. I'm like, what the fuck just happened?
Like we're past curfew. Like where
yeah,
the fuck is this guy at?
It's not just it's not the fact that he's missing. If it was just him missing, I wouldn't be too worried because I know he can handle his shit.
Yeah.
It's the fact that we're breaking curfew.
Yeah.
We're breaking like 5 different Marine Corps rules, and we're all gonna get hammered, and we're all like non-commissioned officers, so we're the rank of E4 and above.
Yeah.
So it's like we're in like a bad position right now.
Yeah.
So I'm like looking for him because like if he ends up on the news or some shit, I'm fucked because I signed out to go out on liberty with him.
Oh.
So I'm like, oh my god, he's about to ruin our careers. And not that the career was an important part; his safety was important too.
Yeah.
But there was like so much on the line
Yeah,
there.
yeah.
I was like, I just want to get out the Marine Corps. This is like my last year.
Yeah,
in,
exactly. You don't
So
want
I'm
to
like,
fuck it up.
I'm like fucking running around looking for this guy, and guess what Sean's doing?
What?
Still trying to talk to that fucking girl. And I go back into the bar, and I'm just like, where the dude, what the fuck are you doing? Like Donovan's out missing and shit, and you're like talking to fucking Wakana. Like, dude, come on, what the fuck?
Yeah.
I think I scared her too because she looked so fucking scared. Because I went in there, I was mad as fuck. I was like,
mhm.
get the fuck out! Like, I was like, get the fuck up, dude.
Yeah.
Like Donovan's fucking missing.
Yeah.
And like she never talked to me again after that. So I guess I scared her off. But
I mean, there's
ended
a
up
lesson there.
yeah, I ended up buying her a cab back, and I was like, I apologize. Like, you have to see all that. But yeah, our buddy's missing, and like this is not a good time right now. So I
Mm.
buy her a cab, send her home, and then Renji is literally asleep on the bar. So I paid for his tab, which was like $100,
Uh-huh.
and I bought him a cab to go home too,
Right.
and I had to carry him into his fucking cab. And then I go fucking find Sean. He's just sitting in the corner like fucking moping shit because he didn't get no fucking pussy. And I'm just like, bro, Donovan's missing. Like I need you.
Our
Like
boy
I
is
need
more
you to
important than
fucking.
some fucking pussy
You
right
need to go
now.
that way. I go this way. You call me. We meet up. We whatever. This dude ended. I think he like searched for like he went around for like 15 minutes and just went home without me.
Damn.
So I at this point
He didn't even let you
it's like
know.
9 a.m. 10 a.m.
Mm-hmm.
I haven't even taken a shower yet.
Mm-hmm.
I'm fucking covered in alcohol
Mhm.
and sweat, and I'm just walking up and down the street.
And all these regular, normal.
Yeah, now normal people are walking around the street now, going to work, and like I look like a fucking mess. Like I look like I just got like fucking I don't know, man.
You
Like
look like you went through war. But
not even through war, dude. I look like
a
I was like
different war.
if a stripper fucking worked all night and started walking around Atlanta, that's what I looked like. That's what I looked like, man.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah, I look like a fucking mess.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like 11 a.m. I call it a quits. I'm just like, whatever, man. I'm going home.
Uh-huh.
I get home. I take a shower. I call Donovan. Doesn't answer his phone. I go to his fucking room, knock on his door, which his room is like fucking 15 minutes down the street, and you had to climb up like 4 sets of stairs.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, fuck, dude. I do that like 3 times throughout the day, and finally on the 4th fucking time I went there, he fucking finally answered the door. He's like, my bad, man. I got fucked up, so I just went home. I was like, you didn't want to fucking say anything?
Damn.
He was like, bro, I've been asleep this whole time. And I was basically awake the whole time because I was worried,
Dude,
man.
that's fucking
Yeah.
crazy. So both of your boys went back home without even fucking telling you.
Yeah.
There's a lesson
So,
there.
it's all good, though.
There's a lesson there to learn for sure. For sure. For people listening in right now, always make sure you tell your boys where the fuck you're at.
Especially when you're breaking like 5 different laws.
And especially like if you're out in the fucking foreign land, like
Yeah,
that's
I mean, Japan's a very safe environment
super safe.
to do anything in, but like, it's more of the fact that we were breaking the rules according to the
So have you ever got caught?
no, because I'm Asian, bro. So Donovan had to run a couple times because they do send the MPs, military police out there to be like, hey, like show me your ID, go back to base. They're called short patrol.
Okay.
But every time they would do it to me, man, I think in that point in my career in the Marine Corps, I was a sergeant, like I said. I had 1 year left in. And that was my last year. It was that duty station, Japan. So I didn't give a fuck. I was like, I don't care, man. The fuck.
You're ready to go out.
I was ready to go out. I was
Yeah.
like, I don't care. I mean, I wasn't gonna get in trouble for it though.
Yeah.
So I would walk around and like just act like I'm a local. I definitely don't look like a local, but when they came up to me, I'd be like, I'd be like, Eigo, what can I? I don't speak English. I don't know English. And I would walk away. And sometimes it would catch on to me and be like, let me see your ID. And I'd be like, Baka gaijin. Say some smart shit. And I'd just run away. I don't think I ever got caught though,
Right.
I think one guy took pictures of me. And I forgot what I said. I basically said I'm not American in Japanese though. I actually I forgot most of the language. It's been about
Damn,
3 years
really?
now. Yeah, it's 3 years. To be fluent in something or to be, great at anything, you have to be current, staying current in what you do. So, in English, we're current every day. We speak English every day. If you really want to be good at something, you got to do it every day.
That's true.
So yeah,
That's very true.
I got to brush up on it, but it's hard when you don't have anyone to speak with.
Yeah. I mean, shit, I do want to go to Japan, and I still very much want to go with you because, like,
Yeah,
you
we
know
can
all
make
these
that
cool
happen.
spots. Yeah,
Yeah.
we've literally been talking about it since
I know
like,
it's hard,
fucking 2020.
I know it's hard. The economy sucks right now. Everyone,
Dude, what the fuck? The economy sucks. It's the perfect time to go now. Do you not see everybody going to Japan now?
dude, I don't even know how they're going to.
Honestly, I don't know how they're going either, but
I was gonna say
shit.
something. No offense. Actually, I'm not gonna say that. That's too far.
Just hey, bro, speak your truth, man.
Look, dude, I'm not saying people in our friend group, but I'm just saying like people I knew back from the military.
Mhm.
I know they're based. Okay, not even people I knew from the military, but people who I work with in my company right now.
Mhm.
I don't know how, but these guys are living like paycheck to paycheck, and they're going to like Hawaii and shit.
I mean, dude, it's just
I think like
It's because-
my coworker yesterday, he just got back from Hawaii. And I was like, what the heck? And he's actually going to the UK next week.
what the fuck?
Yeah, I don't know how he's
I
doing
mean,
it.
dude, it's just some people are really financially irresponsible, and I
Yeah.
know that's like me calling people out, right?
I'm
But
not. I'm not trying to call him
I'm
out,
not trying to call anybody. I'm just
but
stating the
yeah,
facts. Like I'm just stating from an outside perspective what I see,
yeah,
like on people's situations, and it bothers me when people complain about their situation
yeah. But they're
when they
not doing
put
anything better to,
yeah, when they put
fix it.
themselves in that position, and it's just like you don't have the right to complain about it because you're the one who put yourself in that position in the first place.
Yeah,
So if you're not actively trying to get out of that position that you put yourself in, then you have no right to complain.
exactly. And for people like who say life's hard and stuff, like life is hard. I'm not
Life
saying
is always hard.
life is always gonna be hard, but
Yeah.
you always gotta work through it.
My mom told me that life is always going to be hard, right? But you just have to choose which hard you want to go for. Like the easier harder or the easier hard life or the harder hard
It's okay, man.
life.
I was fucking my words
Yeah,
up
it's
too.
okay, dude.
But yeah, I know
I'm
what you mean. Like life is what you make it, man. It can be easy or it can be hard.
mm.
Like if you put in the fucking work,
Mm-hmm.
it's gonna be easy.
So, now that you're out of the Marine Corps, right? Like looking back on it now, that we talked about it and stuff, like what would you say to your younger self?
Dude, throw away the ego.
Mm.
That's what I'm still trying to work on is throw away that ego, man. If I didn't have that ego back, I still have it, if I didn't have this ego, like I think I would be in a better position,
Mm.
Like yeah, throw away I think that's a lesson for everybody,
Mm-hmm.
let the ego go. Just
Mm-hmm.
fucking be
Be
humble.
open, yeah, be
Yeah.
humble,
Be
open-minded.
open-minded. Like, it's hard, like it's crazy. A Green Beret taught me this actually. Cause I went into his class thinking like I was like top shot and like, I was like, oh, this is how I was trained,
Mm-hmm.
so this is how I do it. And he was like, well, how do you know that's the best way?
Mm.
And I was just like, oh, because it works for me. And he was like, but have you tried this way or that way or that way or maybe behind you that way, this way,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
all these other ways. He's like, you can never know what is the best option or best way if you never try it.
Mm.
And that just opened up my mind. I was like, man, he's right. I was like, man, if I was humble enough to just fucking try it, I might be like better at shooting than I am like now,
Right.
back then. So like, yeah. So
Okay. And then, what are some things that you've learned from, like, being in service in the Marine Corps, that you still carry with you to this day?
shit, dude, that's a hard one because there's a lot. I think just our core values, honor, courage, commitment. Actually not even that, man. I think just work ethic,
Mm.
having a yet to be a Marine, you kind of need a strong work ethic because like
Mm-hmm.
if you don't want to do anything and be lazy, you're never gonna get promoted.
Yeah.
To get promoted in the Marine Corps, you have to be like you're judged against your peers. We
Mm-hmm.
have a score line. The score line consists of your physical fitness test scores, your combat fitness test scores, and your rifle range scores.
Okay.
So like, excuse me, if you don't have high scores, you're not gonna get promoted because you're judged against your peers, unless your peers just suck,
Mm-hmm.
you know.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, so to get promoted, you have to be good at it, at being a basic Marine first, and then your job. So
Okay. And then, what are some tips and advice for like the younger generation that are looking to get into the military? Like, what would you tell them?
don't do it. No, I'm just
Don't.
kidding. No, I'm just kidding. No, for real though, like I said earlier in the podcast, just be present. Like fucking, if you want it, then do it. Just don't overthink it. Just do it.
Mm.
If you really want it, you'll make it work. And you have to have that in your head, like, oh, I want to be. You can't just say I want to be a Marine and get there and you have to want it. You really have to want it in your
Mm-hmm.
head. If you don't want it, then you're not gonna get it.
I mean, and this also applies to everything else in life too.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah.
If you want to be if you want to graduate college and fucking just graduate, it's it's easy to say this, but if you really put your mind in, a lot of people don't know this, but if you really work at something and just put your mind to it and focus on it, even if it's hard, eventually you're gonna beat it.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
It's gonna be done.
You manifest your own reality.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So just do it.
And question for you, right? Like, since you said you're still looking for like who you are as a person, right?
Yeah.
I'm gonna go back to that question now. Like, what are you doing to help you find who you
You
are?
know, I'm doing a lot of things. I think right now, like, I do miss the military. Definitely wish I would have lat moved or tried out for like special forces or something. But being in like second main stallion kind of killed my whole vibe for the Marine Corps. Like
Mm-hmm.
it made me not want to be in the Marine Corps anymore, even though I had a great time at 1-6. But I think I was just done with the Marine Corps. I was like, this is not for me. I'm
Mm-hmm.
very free willed,
Mm-hmm.
and it's hard to be a free person when you have someone on your back all day telling you what to do and like
Yeah.
how to dress, how to have a haircut, what to wear. Um, damn, I got carried away. What was the question?
The question was like, what are you doing to like help find
Oh
yourself as a
man, right
person?
now, man, like I said, I'm still trying to figure it out. Right now, I'm just doing a lot of different things. Like I'm about to, so I went to school for a couple years, and that wasn't really for me. I got
Mm-hmm.
my associates, but I stopped. I didn't go for my bachelor's. I should definitely do that though, just to better myself. But man, I've been doing a lot. Like I'm running like gun events now with my fellow veterans. Donovan's one of them.
Mm-hmm.
It's called, I think I mentioned this earlier, but Sunday Fun and Gun Day. We take regular people out to the range and have them shoot in a militaristic style way, and where a way that's practical. If you ever got into like a gunfight or a self defense situation, you're never gonna stand still and shoot. So might want to come out with me and train a little bit.
Yeah, I mean, I definitely want to make it out
Oh
to
no, I'm
a
just not
Sunday.
saying you. I'm just saying in general. Like
Well,
people,
man, fuck me too, then, right?
you can come. No, no.
Jeez.
But I'm doing a lot of things, man. I don't. I think at this moment I don't know who I am anymore because like
Mm.
I went from like a Marine to a civilian, and like
Mm-hmm.
even when I was in the Marine Corps, I wasn't infantry or anything, but I
Right.
deployed with an infantry battalion, so I don't know it 100% for any infantry guys fucking coming in here. No, I'm not one of you, but they have egos too.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
but I know a little bit, but yeah, I'm still trying to figure out who I am right now. I'm doing tech. I'm doing a lot of tech programs right now, and I don't think it's for me.
Mm.
I even debated about going to the like the cop force just because like
Mm.
I think for me I need to be more active,
Mm-hmm.
and I was like, man, maybe I could go be SWAT or something.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So I don't know. I'm still trying to figure it out. I'm doing a lot of different things. Talking to a lot of veterans. Um, a lot of them recommend psychedelics, so might try that out.
Psychedelics are
Yeah,
the move, bro. Like, especially if you have a good intention going into the trip.
yeah,
They're definitely
yeah.
helpful for sure. Last question then. Are you happy where you are currently in life?
You know, it's hard to say that, but I think I think I'm happy. It's just that I'm not content of what I'm like. I'm not content though. You can be
Mm,
happy but
yeah.
not content with life.
Mm,
Actually, let me rephrase that. I'm happy with who I'm with and who's around me, but I'm not content with my career path right now.
mm.
If that
Like
makes
you're
sense.
not content with like your life mission,
Yeah,
basically.
like I feel like I had a purpose in the
Mm,
Marine Corps. Now,
mm-hmm,
like now that I'm not in the Marine Corps anymore. I don't. I feel like I don't have a purpose. Like, you know,
mm-hmm.
it's
Yeah, that
it's
makes
kind of
sense.
weird.
No, no,
Yeah,
no. It definitely makes sense. Like you're happy with your environment around you. You think it's like a conducive environment for you, right? Like
yeah,
something that's like pushing you to be more for yourself, but you don't know what's out there that could be that more for yourself. If that makes sense.
yeah. No, for sure. That's how I feel. Like
Yeah.
that's why I was like, man, maybe I should go be a SWAT officer or something.
Yeah,
Like
like you're
it
still
would like,
searching for like your
yeah.
purpose in life.
I think I need to let go of the military though. I think I let it define me too much. And earlier I
Mm,
said I don't want it to define me,
mm-hmm.
but I think that's part of it. So
It's like subconsciously like still
yeah.
defining you deep
Yeah,
down.
yeah, because
Mm,
like I'm thinking about like gonna do like anti-terrorism, anti-hostage
mm-hmm,
situations, SWAT
mm-hmm.
and stuff, and
I
I was
mean,
like,
but you're really passionate about it.
yeah, I am. That's the thing. Like, so it's like maybe it is for me. I don't know.
I feel like it is for you because like
It's
you're
hard.
so passionate about like just education with like firearms in general. Like
Yeah,
you
training,
love
all that.
training. You
Yeah,
love like running drills, like being strategic. Like we've played Civ with each other before, so like like I feel like
yeah,
that kind
that's
of
what I'm
ties
saying.
in.
So I grew up with a warrior mentality.
Yeah.
Like, like I was always training. I was, I forgot to mention this, but I did MMA
Mhm.
growing up.
Mhm.
I was started off boxing when I was like 7, got into Muay Thai when I was 10, then started fighting full MMA. And yeah, I always grew up with a warrior mentality, and the me wanting to be a Marine at that young age kind of helped that too.
Mm.
So now that I'm like out of the Marine Corps, I don't want to say I'm not a warrior anymore, but it's like
Nah,
different.
dude, you're a warrior, bro. Have you seen Vinland Saga?
Exactly.
You're a true warrior.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You
yeah,
know what?
yeah.
That's
You're
how I
on
should think.
you're on the path of the true warrior now.
That is the path of the true
Yeah,
warrior. But
yeah.
it's like, you know how he was in the beginning. He lost his way. He didn't
Mhm.
know what was right, what was
Yeah,
wrong. He
yeah.
was depressed.
Mhm.
That's how I am right now. So
Mm.
it's like that. I'm still trying to find my way. You
Mm.
know, my way could be anything. It could
Mhm.
be fucking me starting a fucking farm or something. I don't
Yeah,
know.
yeah.
Or like me
Dude,
starting my own business.
I
I
want to
don't know.
start a farm.
I would love to start a farm.
I would
Yeah.
love to have like a
Homesteading.
yeah.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Tactical homesteading.
What is
Yeah.
that? What's tactical homesteading?
I just made that up.
Oh, okay. Just have like a fucking barn set up and shit.
Yeah, no,
Dude, that
it's
would be
like
dope.
tactfully setting up a barn with the right amount of goats and chickens to get you through. I don't know, dude.
Yeah,
Get you
dude. We're
through the
gonna
apocalypse.
survive fucking Walking Dead.
Yeah, we would survive Walking Dead.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I would survive because I feel like I'm pretty fucking smart.
Yeah, yeah. I would have you on my team.
Thanks. I would
Yeah.
love to be on your team.
Yeah.
Use you as a physical grunt force for me. I don't know how to
Yeah, dude.
operate a gun, dude. You're gonna have to teach me.
That's okay. It's easy. Anybody can learn.
Hear that, guys? Anybody can learn.
I mean, let's be real here, man. Have you met my friend Tony Tran?
Yeah, I actually met him before I met you.
Yeah, Tony Tran. I got him in the guns like when we first met. He's actually a better shot than me now.
Really?
Yeah, he's fucking great.
Mm.
Yeah, excellent guy. Best student.
Best student?
Yeah, ever. Because he's
Okay.
passed me.
Mm.
Yeah, he's way better than me now.
And he has no military experience at all.
No military
No.
experience at all.
The guy's a
He's
real
just
estate
better.
agent.
Yeah. Hey, next team at Tony Tran, that guy will protect you and your house. So,
Hell
get at
yeah.
him.
Hey, that's what's up. You know, I actually do want him to get on the podcast. Like, he's on my list.
Dude, you should definitely have him on the
Yeah.
podcast. He's very intelligent. Like I think I always show my ego with him too,
Mm-hmm.
but like sometimes I hate how smart he is. I'm just like, damn, why you got to be so fucking smart, Tony?
Put me in my fucking place.
Yeah, he really does put me in my place, and
Mhm.
I love that about him because I need that a lot.
Yeah, true.
Yeah.
And just any last words for our audience listening in today? You know, anything for them?
You know, I probably said this a lot in podcasts, but if you guys out there want to do something in life, to just give yourself a higher quality of living, just do it. Don't talk about it. Just do it.
Mm,
You know, you miss every shot you don't take. So if you have a shot, take it.
okay. That's real as fuck. That's literally how I'm doing this podcast right now. Like,
That's how it should be.
yeah.
Yeah.
Like I thought about it. I planned everything out, and then it got to a point where I was just overthinking stuff, and then I
Yeah,
was like, you know
exactly.
what? I'm just gonna fucking do it. Like,
Because you never live to your full potential if you sit in at your 9 to 5 job with your program mind,
mm-hmm.
doing the same thing every day.
Yeah.
If you think that's life, then
You're living life wrong. Life
Yeah.
is a fucking game. Play it like a game.
yeah, exactly.
Exactly. Well, Alec, it's a pleasure having you on.
Thanks for having me on.
Yes. Thank you for sharing your wisdom on the military and the Marine Corps. It was very, very interesting. I actually learned a lot. today.
Yeah. I'm glad you did. You got any questions about the military while I'm still here?
No, not really. I just know that I don't want to be in the military.
Yeah.
I don't think
It-
it's for me.
It's something you have to want it.
Yeah.
You have to want to be in the military to be in it.
Yeah.
I think for a lot of guys, they want to operate, they want to, go to war. After one, deployment, that's not what you want.
I think I'm more of like those like photographers on the battlefield.
Oh, yeah,
I
the
think
combat
I'm,
cams.
yeah.
Yeah.
I'm like more of that.
Yeah, they're pretty cool people too, man. I deployed with 2 of them. So,
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, when you go on deployment, you have to have like, a specific amount of people with the specific job. So having the combat cam, I don't even know what the real job's called. I called them combat cam, but we had 2 of them. They were really cool people.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's dope. Well, if I was ever to be in the military, I want to do that. I don't want to fucking operate anything. And I don't know how to save people. So, yeah. Alex, once again, thank you so much for coming on the Probing Aliens podcast. I really appreciate it. Until next time, peace. Greetings, Earthlings. If you did enjoy this episode, please do give us a like on whatever platform you were watching this / listening to this on, whether it be YouTube, Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Google Podcasts, Amazon Music, Twitter, SoundCloud, Pocket Cast. We're also on socials like Instagram, TikTok, again, YouTube. So, Twitter. Don't forget Twitter. Yeah. So, go give us a follow. Check us out.